Hello, Gonzalo.
Hi Cesar, how are you? Good evening.
Hey, good evening, Gonzalo. How are you? How's everything?
Um, Not so good, man. Not so good, but better than yesterday. Better
Oh,
than yesterday. Definitely better than yesterday.
a lot of work?
My God, a lot of problems, man. A lot of problems.
Yes, it is.
Working in an industry is really hard. It's really hard. It's like if something goes wrong, you have to solve it right in the way because we're
Oh,
going to stop everything. Everything.
you have to make smart decisions.
Yes, yes, and also as I told you, if we have a big problem, you have to you cannot wait to the other day to solve it. It's like right there, right in the moment.
Yes, that's how it is, unfortunately. But trust me, as you get older, as you start solving and getting involved with more of these kind of situations, you get the expertise in order to, first of all, have that mature mentality and not to stress out, because that's very important, not to stress out.
Yes,
You need to be cold-minded and not to get it too personal, because when that starts happening, you cannot make smart decisions.
yes, you freeze, right?
Yes, and well, your body doesn't work properly, and you need to be able to be under stress. And yes,
Yes,
you have people upset at you, you have people demanding things, you're losing money, but in the end,
yes,
you have to be able to cope with all of these forces so that you can make smart decisions.
yes, you're right. That's a really good, very good advice because these
Yes,
days we're
because
not so
we all
good.
go through that. I have many times and still. But as I get older and as I get involved with different types of projects, uh, I have learned that the first thing that I should be able to do is to concentrate and not lose my cool.
Yes, you're right.
You need to be able to keep your cool, and
To keep focus, right?
exactly, because especially if you have a position where you have people depending on your decisions. You,
Yes,
yes, and trust me, there's nothing wrong asking for help in case that you need an advice or something like that. Okay.
maybe that's my problem too. I always like to do things to learn things or to say that I could solve the problem of my own.
Well,
But
remember, before you get into a fist fight with someone, or a knife fight, or even a gun fight, you need to know your enemy first.
yes, you're right.
You don't want to get into a gunfight when you have a knife. You're gonna lose.
Yes, 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 definitely. That's a really good advice, Cesar.
You have to be
Really,
careful
really
with
good.
that. That's, I guess, one of the tips that I can give you at this point. Uh, do that, okay?
No, that means a lot to me, Cesar. Really, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
I'm very glad that you are getting my advices. Trust me, I'm being in your, and I'm still doing it. Trust me, I I am being in this situation many times. At this moment, I am. I have a $1 million investment hanging, and I need to get more
Uh,
money, get some tooling done in very little time and very little resources at this moment.
oh my God.
That's
Yes,
just what I have.
that's.
Yes, I have like four more projects hanging,
Oh
and
my God.
have problems. Trust me.
What happened with the position in the other company with the
Well,
job you
remember,
were?
like as my professor used to say in the university, the the rule of thumb is you need in program management, you need to keep your client in the loop. What I'm trying to say is that you need to be clear, transparent to them. You need to keep them informed of everything that happens.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
and that's I guess standard for every work, for every job.
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
you're right. Yes, you're right.
That's just there's mantras for this, okay? There's rules that you need to follow. And always you need to keep your client informed. In this case, if it's production, if it's a commercial department, uh, I don't know. You need to keep them informed. And also your boss. Never, by any circumstances, try to challenge your boss.
That's a really good advice. Yes, that's a really
Never do
good
that,
advice.
especially the big boss.
Yes, 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 you're right.
In order to be a leader, you need to follow first. You need to learn how to,
Yes,
okay?
yes.
So the art of war tells you that.
Of San Tzu,
Yes,
yes, yes, tells you that, and also tells you that you need to know your enemy. Yes,
exactly.
like the advice
Everything,
you told me.
everything repeats either at work or in a real situation where you have to fight. Is the same,
Yes,
okay? So that's
you're really
that's
right.
my friend. And also try to, like I said, never get into a mode of despair. Get
Yes,
some sleep so you
maybe
get
maybe I have. There is my problem. I stressed too quickly, so
oh no.
I get stressed really quickly. Like yesterday, oh my god, the beer is going to hell. So I was like, I ran to fermentation process. I was like taking
whatever
care.
whatever is in your hands, that is in your hands, you have to get it done. What is
Yes,
in your side, you have to do it. After
yes,
it passes to the next station or process, either you participate different. I'll give you an advice about that, what I learned when I was working in Nissan, but I'll tell
okay,
you about it tomorrow, okay? So we can
okay.
have a conversation. Maybe you're gonna learn something about it. It sounds cold,
Yes,
but it's actually something that has helped me a lot, okay?
that will be really helpful.
Okay.
Really helpful.
So we are now in B4. Question: how are you doing with your homework?
Cesar, I have to be honest with you. I get in like 2 hours ago, 2.5 hours ago to do my homework, but the homework closed.
Oh, really?
So
Weekend?
yes, yes.
All
Sorry,
of
I
them?
know, I know that is my bad. Is my bad. But I couldn't do it because I couldn't find any homework.
So we need to submit these grades. Oof, Saturday, Gonzalo.
Don't worry. If you can open for me the homework, as I say to you, yesterday I had a problem, but it's not an excuse. And whatever it took me to the time that it needs, tomorrow will be closed. Don't worry
Okay,
about it. Don't worry about it. But can you
I
help
will
me
open
open?
them today. Okay.
Yes, please. So don't worry. I will not close it like the last event that I closed in the day. I will close it for tomorrow. So maybe we can also have a feedback because that is all what it's about also, right?
Yes.
So these are, as I say to you, is my
Okay.
bad, but don't
We
worry.
still got time. The only thing that I'm worried about is that you're gonna be all crammed up.
Don't worry about it. I'm used to it.
That's yeah. Well, that's the rule of being an engineer. You need to be able
Yes,
to do different things at the same time. So
yes, yes. We have like they say like in my company they say like you have to be an ambassador of excellence.
okay.
You need to do. You need to be a robot. In other words, so if you have to do it, you have 100 activities in the day, you have to close it in the day. So we have like every evening, we have every morning, sorry, we have a meeting, the daily meeting. So we put the activities that we put yesterday should be closed for the morning meeting the next day.
Okay.
Sometimes it's really hard. It's really defined.
But be careful when you do that. There's maybe we confuse things.
Yes, yes, you're right.
Multitasking, multitasking, it's got a definition for it. Because sometimes we confuse what multitasking is. And
Yeah.
and let me give you an example. When I used to be a waiter, when back in the day when I was in college, we used
Okay.
to multitask. But what I'm trying to say is, if I was going from the bar to the kitchen, I had to walk about, I don't know, 8 meters so that I could go to the kitchen. That means that's time that I can use. If I see something on the floor, I pick it up.
Okay.
Or if I see a drink that needs to be delivered, I'll do it.
So effective and efficient, right?
Yes, because it's not the same. For example, if you're in a meeting and you're doing something else, that means you're not doing either one.
Yes, you're right. Definitely.
We need to be
I
able to
agree.
differentiate each one, not to confuse it. And this is
Yes,
something that I have had a lot of problems with engineers, young engineers.
yes. Yes, I think that as engineers, we think that we can do everything.
Hmm.
So we jump into too many things, and sometimes we cannot close it.
Your mind
No.
has to be focused, but we have so many distractors. You have your phone ringing, getting messages, your email,
Yes.
and you
Yes.
have a person presenting information. Yes, the error that we do is that we try to do different things at the same time, and
Yes.
that's, but we can do it, but in the correct way.
Yes. You're right. You're
Okay?
right, Cesar. I really appreciate your advices. I will take it, and I
I
will
hope
put.
it helps you. I hope it helps
No,
you.
it will. It will because yesterday I was like crazy, man. So with your advices, I'm really like I'm more relaxed. So it really helped me.
Well, I'm glad that I can help you in some way, even though
Thanks.
I'm way far away. But I'm being around, like I haven't been around like some other engineers that I know from, for example, Caterpillar. They're being in the industry for more than 40 years.
Yes, yes,
I'm not that old, but I have learned, and I try to get the best from each person.
yes. No, help me a lot, Caesar. Thanks a
Okay,
lot.
awesome. All right, sir. So let's see. We are in B4. So this is the last unit
Oh my
for,
God.
yes, for this module 8. Okay. So
Okay.
we are now in the fun part. Let's watch some videos. But before that, let's do some reading. So Talia goes to the building address on Jackie Baker's business card. Remember that uh, Nick gave her a
Yes.
business card, right? And it says there's an address and stuff like that. She talks with the receptionist in the lobby of the building. Look at the picture. Predict what do you think the receptionist is going to tell Talia? So
Okay.
what do you?
Let's see. Jackie Baker's office is on the first floor. Jackie Baker doesn't work there anymore. Jackie Baker never worked there. Okay, maybe would be the first one and the last because she's like really surprised and maybe upset. So maybe Jackie Baker never worked there. So maybe it's a ghost. And also it could be that Jackie Baker works on the third floor. So she can encounter her.
Okay, good. Well, let's watch the video and see what's up.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, so let's do it.
Hello, I'm here to see Jackie Baker. I don't think I know that person. There's a Jack Baxter here. He's on the third floor. No, I'm here to see Jackie Baker. Miss Jackie Baker? Sorry, there's no one here by that name. This is the Gower Building, 119 Gower Street. Yes, but like I said, there's no Jackie Baker here. Well, maybe she used to work here. Did someone by that name ever work here? I don't think so. I've been here for 10 years. 10 years too long, I might add. Someone named Jacob Banker used to work here. Funny. He was an architect, not a banker. Anyway, he was on the second floor. Are you sure you're not looking for Jacob Banker? No, I'm sure the name is Jackie Baker. She's a VP at Kick Shoes. Now I really don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry, but I've never heard of Kick Shoes. They're not in our directory. Are you sure you're in the right place? No, I'm not sure where I am. In fact, I'm not sure about anything anymore.
Talia, you know.
Bloody blah.
Talia. So, okay, so I guess she never
Yes,
worked.
yes, what's the last one?
Okay. All right. So let's go now into some questions about the video. Yeah, that Talia, she's very persistent.
Yes, yes, she wants to find the truth at any cost, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, let me show you my screen. Okay, so watch the video, read each question, and choose the correct answer. I believe we don't need to watch the video again, but let's try to answer the questions. Number one.
Okay, the Gower Building.
The Gower, that will be this one.
Yes, yes.
Okay, number two.
Second, sorry. Number two, what does Talia find about Jackie Baker? She never worked in the building. Yes, definitely the first one.
Okay, three.
Okay, number three, what does the receptionist tell Talia about Kick's shoes? There has never been a Kick's shoes office in this building, the last one, yes?
Okay, and
number four, the receptionist asks Talia, are you sure you're in the right place? What does Talia answer? She says she absolutely sure. The second one, she says she's not sure where she is.
okay, so let's check it out.
Let's check it out.
Good.
Yes.
Okay. Let's go to the second set of questions.
Okay.
Okay, give me just a second. All right. So click on the box and choose the correct answer. Number one.
Number one, the receptionist talks about Jack Baxter and Jacob Banker because she thinks Talia doesn't know the correct name. She doesn't want Talia to. Okay, she thinks Talia doesn't know the correct name.
Okay.
Okay. Number two, the receptionist says Jacob Banker was an architect, not a banker. She is doing her job well, hoping to confuse Talia, trying to make a joke.
Okay. Three.
Number three, the thing that the receptionist probably enjoys most about her job is taking care of the people in the building, helping visitors, talking to people and making jokes. Maybe I'm between the last two. Maybe helping the visitors. Sounds that it has more sense.
Okay.
Number four, Talia feels frustrated. Yes, I'm with that.
Okay.
Yes, I probably feel the same way.
So how do you think we should click submit?
Yes, let's see it. Maybe number three, but let's see it if we have.
All right.
Yes, definitely.
So
Yes.
remember, we're talking about this receptionist in particular. This may be partially true, but she seems to enjoy simply meeting and talking about people.
Yes. Okay.
That's true. And also, in order to be a receptionist, you have, first of all, you need to be a very pleasant person.
Yes, you're right. You cannot be like,
You need to talk. You don't want
yes,
you don't want someone very serious as a receptionist.
yes,
Or at
you're
least
right.
okay. So let's go for the second part of the videos.
Okay, let's do it. This get more interesting.
Yes, I'm curious. This is like a soap opera. So let's see.
Yes, it's like a novel, right? Like a
Uh-huh.
series.
So let's
Like,
see. Pre-listening number two, Talia has found out that Jackie Baker does not have an office at the Gower building. Talia decides to make a phone call. So look at the picture, predict who do you think Talia is calling?
no, I don't know, but she wants to kill someone. I think that she's calling Nick.
Okay. Well, Nick is the most approachable to be killed, so that sounds like a fair answer.
Yes,
So let's see.
let's do it.
All
Let's see
right.
it.
Shoot, my cell phone's dead. Can I use your phone for a moment? You seem really angry.
Yes.
No. Probably. Case. Hello, Nick. It's Talia. Remember me?
Yes, obviously.
I wasn't sure. You seem to have trouble with names and faces and facts.
Really? I used to have a good memory. I remembered you, didn't I?
Okay, let's get down to business here, Nick. I'm at the Gower building right now. There is no Jackie Baker here. There has never been a Jackie Baker here. And to make matters worse, they've never even heard of Kick Shoes.
That's ridiculous. You've got a business card. You're at the Gower building?
That's right.
But I met Jackie there. I met her there. She took me to lunch. Have you tried calling her?
I called before I came, but I got voicemail. One of those generic messages like, the person you are calling is not available. I thought it was odd.
Look, Talia, I don't know what I can say. I'm telling the truth.
Well, someone is lying. And if you think you're going to see a favorable story on Newsline, you're wrong. Goodbye, Nick.
Okay. Okay.
I love that lady.
She's pretty mad, right?
So you were
Yes.
right. It was Nick.
It wasn't, yes, because the face made it tell everything.
Okay. So now let's go into the questioning.
Okay.
Okay, so read each question and choose the correct answer. Number one.
Okay. Why does Talia borrow the receptionist phone? Her cell phone isn't working. She doesn't want to call data on her phone. Yes, the first one. Her cell phone is not working. Okay. What does Talia tell Nick? J.K. Baker isn't in her office in the building. The Kick's Shoes office is in another building. There is no, yes, the last one. Okay, number three. After Talia tells Nick what she's found out, why does Nick say that's ridiculous? He knows that Jackie Baker isn't at the Gower building. He actually met Jackie Baker at the Gower building. He thinks that Talia is lying. The second one.
Okay.
Yes. Number four. At the end of the conversation, what does Talia do? She wants Nick about the news story. Yes, the first one.
Okay.
Okay,
So let's see.
let's see.
Good.
Yes,
Got it.
got
Okay.
it.
The Let's go to the second set of questions.
Okay.
Okay. So click on the box and choose the correct answer. Number one.
Okay, number one. The receptionist tries to listen to Talia's phone call because she wants to help Talia. She enjoys finding out other people's life. Okay, she enjoys finding out other people's life. Definitely. Number two, Nick answers the phone and Talia says, "It's Talia, remember me?" She says this in order to show her anger. Yes, show her anger. Yes, definitely. Number three, Talia is angry at Nick because she thinks Nick lied to her about J.K. Baker. J.K. Baker wouldn't talk to her. Yes, the first one. And number four, sorry. At the end of the conversation, Nick is probably confused. Yes, confused.
Okay. So let's check out the answers.
Let's check it out.
You got it.
Yes, that's it. Yes.
All right. So things don't look good to
For
Nick.
him. Yes, definitely.
He's in trouble. But I guess at least at least he's got Talia to investigate, you know?
Yes. Yes, at least. Yes.
So far, even though Talia seems like she's going to drop the ball at some point, I don't know. But
Yes.
she's a
He's really
reporter,
mad
so
already.
yes, she's beginning in the reporter business, so she wants to also not give up and give a good impression to Tony, right?
Yes. Well, the story is hers to show, right?
Yes, exactly. So, are you going to jail? In the video,
Okay.
the receptionist asked Talia, "Are you going to yell at someone?" Yell is a verb that describes a way of saying something. Look at the verbs of this kind of below. Click on the light bulb to see the meanings of these expressions. Okay, so let's go into the light bulb because there's always definitions here.
Okay.
Not
Yes.
many, not many, like in some occasions, but in this case, we have a couple of them. So check it. Let's check them out. Holler, holler, informal, to shout loudly. Mom hollered at me to come down to dinner. Okay.
Okay.
So you say, okay, so what's the difference between holler and shout? Well, I don't know. It's
Mm.
they're synonyms. This one
Yes.
sounds very, very old.
Yes. I never heard about that.
It's like old English, right?
Yes. It sounds like it.
Okay. Let's go to the next ones.
Okay. Mumble. It's a verb. Is to say something too quietly or not clearly enough for someone to understand you. She mumbled her address, so I had to ask her to say it again. Number three, murmur, murmur, sorry, murmur. Okay,
Murmur,
just murmur,
murmur,
murmur.
murmur.
Okay, murmur. Okay, just it sounds like a Pokemon name.
Okay.
Okay, murmur to say something in a soft, quiet voice. He softly murmured her name.
Okay.
Mother.
Murmur is like murmuya,
Yes. Okay.
mutter.
Muttered is to speak in a quiet voice, especially when you are complaining about something but do not want other people to hear you. Nina left the office muttering about how much she hated her job. Okay, number six, I think. Number five, scream. It's a verb to make a loud high noise with your voice or shout something loudly because you are hurt, frightened, excited, etc. When the truck almost hit us, Monica screamed, "Look out!" Okay? Number six, shout. It's a verb to say something very loudly. The announcer shouted goal, goal, goal when the team scored. Okay, number seven, whisper, to speak or say something very quietly using your breath rather than your voice. It's against the rules even to whisper in the library. Okay. The last one, it's yell. It's a verb to shout or say something very loudly because you are angry, excited, or frightened.
Okay.
You know you're angry, but please don't yell at me.
All
Okay?
right. So we have a broad list of different types of words to express loud noises. So, any questions about this? Are any of this new to you?
Yes, definitely holler is new. And maybe matter also.
Mutter, okay. And
Yes.
there's different ones like rambling, which means that you are just like not making sense of anything. Rather,
Yes.
okay, like you're not making sense. Yes,
Yes.
but in the end,
It-
these words are more inclining to showing different ways of of using the word gel. You
okay.
don't you don't stick just to one. Okay. So let's see. When you are sure you understand all the verbs, do the exercise. For each verb below, decide whether it refers to saying something loudly or softly. Choose the correct answer. All right, so we have all of these. Number one,
Okay. Number one, holler. It's loudly, definitely.
murmur.
Number
Oh, mumble,
sorry, number two, mumble is softly.
murmur,
Murmur is softly also.
mutter.
Mutter is also softly. Shout it's loudly. Scream is loudly. Whisper is softly. And yell is loudly.
Okay, that's it.
Okay? Yes, that's it.
All right. So let's click submit.
Yes.
So you
All
gotta
right.
take a picture of this because this one is gonna help you.
I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. Okay. Done. I also take a picture of the definitions.
Okay, awesome. Let's go to the second part of the vocabulary now. This one, this part, the second part is actually more challenging, but nothing to be worried about.
Okay.
So let's see. Let me show you my screen. All right. So read each sentence, click on the box and choose the correct answer. Number one.
Number one, the person who left me a voicemail message. Okay, mumble. So it was hard to hear what he said. Okay. Number two, at the library, even when people whisper, the librarian tells them to be quiet.
Okay.
Nick Crawford fans cheered and shouted his name as he walked onto the soccer field. Okay, number four, the employees muttered quietly to each other after the manager gave them the bad news. Number five, the restaurant was so noisy that Katya had to holler at the waiter. Yes. I'm really afraid that if I make a mistake, my boss will yell at me. Definitely. Number seven, Tom Cruise is so handsome. Monica shouted murmured in her friend's ear when the actor appeared on the movie screen. Number eight, I was frightened when I heard him scream, but it was only a bad dream.
Hey, you ready?
Ready? Let's see it. Yes.
So we got it.
Got it.
Okay. So we completed the video, listening, vocabulary. Let's go into the speaking part.
Okay.
Okay. And we have some things here. Give me just a second. All right. So here, speaking, expressing certainty and uncertainty. Okay.
Okay.
When we make statements, we often express a degree of certainty about what we're saying. We show how strongly we believe what we are saying is true. Look at the chart, listen to the sentences. So let's listen to it, okay?
Okay, let's do it.
Positive Nick did it.
So the first one is expressing certainty, expressing uncertainty, second part, okay?
Okay. Okay.
I'm positive Nick did it. I'm sure Nick didn't do it.
I know Nick did it. It's clear to me that Nick didn't do it. I'm not so sure that Nick did it.
I doubt that Nick did it. I have trouble believing that Nick did it.
Okay.
I want you to listen to something. Listen to this part. Okay?
Okay.
I'm positive Nick did it. I'm sure Nick didn't do it.
I know Nick did it. It's clear to me that Nick didn't do it.
It's very soft. Didn't.
I'm not so sure that Nick did it.
Yes, you're right.
I have trouble believing that Nick did it.
Okay. Now, so in the States, everyone says didn't.
Okay.
Like
Didn't.
as if this D is already omitted. Didn't. do
Okay.
it.
Didn't.
Okay. In
Didn't.
in Mexico, as I have approached teachers, they tend to pronounce didn't do it.
Okay.
Okay, but that's more something of a easy way of expressing ourselves as Hispanics. It's not any different when we have regular verbs in the past form, in the ed form, and
Yes.
say jump it. They're connecting the ed instead of saying jumped.
Okay. Yes, you're right.
This is something of a very similar example, right? So,
Yes.
so just letting you know, because this is something that, at some degree, some teachers tend. Well, in Mexico, I'm saying about in Mexico, in different institutes that I have been able to participate, they tend to teach students to pronounce didn't, which it could be proper, but if you live in the States, most likely you're going to listen to didn't do it.
Okay. Didn't. do it.
Yes. So let's go to the next one. Expressing certainty and uncertainty. We often ask people to confirm what they're saying. There are different ways to respond when someone asks you certain you are of something. How certain you are of something. So look at the chart, listen to the sentences. So we have a confirming column, and then we have responses, or the responding.
Okay.
Let's listen to it. Are you ready?
Ready. Positive.
Are you sure about that?
I'm sure.
I'm positive.
Are you certain about that?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
No doubt about it.
Do you really think so?
I'm pretty sure. No, I'm not sure.
Actually, I really doubt it.
Okay, so remember, we're talking about certainty, uncertainty.
Okay.
Okay, that's what this exercise refers to. Now, in the homework, you are going to work speaking roles, and you know this, okay?
Yes, I know
You
it.
have to record your voice.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, so that concludes the speaking section. Do you have any questions?
No, I don't think I have any questions.
No questions? Okay, let's go into, okay, let's go into the reading part. Let's do some reading, okay?
Okay, let's do it.
Give me just a sec. My internet is kind of slow.
Don't worry, it's the hour.
Right? Big time.
But you are 1 hour before than we do, right?
7:40 at this time, my friend.
Yes, we are 8:40.
Oh yes, before time savings, I was 2 hours.
Oh my God! Yes, yes,
So
you're right.
yes, that was hectic. So that's different.
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was, but we survived. Okay, so pre-reading, look at the picture and read the paragraph. Then choose what you think Michael should do. So let's read these small paragraph, okay?
Okay. Michael just bought an expensive new car. The first time he drove it to work, another car ran into it. He's really angry. What should he do? Read the possible responses below. Choose the best way Michael can deal with the situation. Okay, number one is calm down. Talk quietly with the person who crashed into his car. The second one is get into his car and crash it into the other car. Okay. The third one, put his car into the garage and not drive for 3 months. Okay, I think that is the first one. Calm down, talk quietly with the person who crashed into his car.
Yes. Okay. That's the civilized way of dealing with these kind of problems, right?
Yes, right.
So
That,
there are many ways people express anger. How do you express your anger?
oh my God. I don't like to get angry very often because I'm like a dynamite. I explode. And you, how do you express your anger, Cesar?
So we go into the next exercise. Oh, it was a question.
Yes, you're the same.
Well, I have learned, and trust me, where I am from the US and from the north part of Mexico, where I was born and raised, we tend to be very open in how we feel. As
Okay,
you go in the center of Mexico, people are more reserved and they're very sensitive when people overreact. And
okay.
sometimes it's not overreacting, but they will use your reactions against you. So you need to be careful.
Oh my God. Okay,
Okay.
okay. It's
So
like you're talking to me like two different civilizations.
in some way, there was a car accident. You are actually the affected person, but because of your anger, you end up being the one to blame.
Okay, okay, yes, understood. Understood
Okay,
what you're saying.
I hope you understand me. So
Yes, yes, I do. I do.
I have learned. Remember, as I told you earlier, I mentioned to you, I have learned from my mistakes. Okay, that doesn't mean that I don't get angry. Yes, I do, but there's some things that I need to keep, or we need to keep to ourselves, and we need to show a different way
Yes,
because you need to be able to cope with these kind of situations. If you get angry, the other person gets angrier.
you kill.
You have an actual fight. Yes. Then
Yes,
it
yes,
arrives. Oh no, it gets messy,
yes, I know.
with these kind of situations. I mean, in this case, you can see from the picture, no one was injured, or at least we see that. But
Yes,
what if it's not the case? It
yes,
can get
you're
messy.
right. Yes, you're right. Yes. definitely.
So now let's go into a different exercise. In just a second. You watched the answers already. So, so preview vocabulary, complete the paragraph, drag and drop the answers into the correct blank. So let's see.
Okay, let's do it. When I was younger, my sister Julia used to love provoke me. Provoke me. Yes,
To provoke me.
to provoke me. One time it was her turn to wash the dishes, but she pretended she was sick. I deal with the situation very calmly.
Dealt.
Dealt. I um I refused to give my sister the satisfaction of making me crazy. Julia expected me to yell, to explode in my head off. Yes,
Exploded my head off.
my head off, but I just laughed. Finally, she yelled with anger, ran to her room, and slammed the door. Okay. I thought I handled the situation really well.
Okay. So let's click submit.
Okay, let's do it. Okay. Julia expected me to yell my head off. Finally, she exploded with an. Okay, yes, makes sense.
Okay. Good.
Okay, I'm
Now let's
taking.
go into the article. Oh, this
Okay,
one is good.
okay.
Well, maybe we're talking about, well, let me show you. Anger management.
Okay, yes, that's good.
So read the article, then read the anger producing situations and the different responses to each situation. Which word would US anger specialists use to describe the responses? Choose a correct answer. Okay, so we have this article. It sounds interesting. Let's read about it, okay?
Okay, let's do it. Anger management. The bus driver drives away just as you get to the bus stop. Your friend borrows your favorite earrings and loses one. Your date shows up an hour later without calling. Everyday situations like this occur. They
Occur.
can occur. They can irritate, annoy, and provoke people. Some cultures are comfortable with expressing anger, but in other cultures it is unacceptable to express anger. In the United States, people often have difficulty expressing anger in appropriate ways. This has led to anger management bases that help people learn how to deal with situations that make them angry. For example, imagine that you have gone to a hair and the
Salon.
hair salon and the hairstylist has given you a terrible haircut.
Oh shit.
What is the best
Sorry.
way to handle this situation? Number one, yell at the stylist and refuse to pay for the haircut. Number B, pretend you love the cat, then complain to all your friends for a week. Okay, that doesn't seems well. And C, pay but let the stylist know you are unhappy and probably won't return. Okay.
But I have
But-
done all three of them.
sorry.
I have done all three of them.
Yeah. Yes, really?
So in different periods of time of my life. But sorry about my French. But I mean, now I don't care about my hair. It grows back. But
Okay.
yell at the stylist and refuse to pay for the haircut. Well, I remember this happened to me once, but the haircut was so cheap. I said, okay, just pay him and don't come back. But that's it. And then, for example, if I get a bad haircut, I just pretend I like it, and that's it. But I don't go back. And the other
Yes.
one also, I one time. Well, the thing is, my brother-in-law used to be a soldier, uh,
Okay.
an officer, and he used to live very close to the base. Well, my sister and my brother-in-law and the family, and I needed a haircut. And I told my brother-in-law, you know what, let's go get a haircut. I said, okay. And he goes, oh, I know the perfect place. Of course, a military hair stylist. So,
Okay.
but at the time, it sounded like a good idea because of the price. It was close to home, whatever. So the guy
Okay.
did like that square cuts to me. I was like, what? And I told him, you know, you ruined my hair. And my brother-in-law, he just looked at me. He says, I did not just hear that. He's looking at me with his face like, no, you didn't say that. So everybody turned around to me, around and look at me like, dude, this is one of the best hairstylists for military cuts. Yes, but I'm a civilian. So,
I'm not military, man.
oh, this was a long time ago. But anyways, so yes.
You did it, all three of them.
Yes. Okay. So the next one. Let's continue.
Okay, let's do it. If you answer A, you have what anger management specialists call a boom response. You explode with anger. This response usually causes more problems than it solves. It makes others become angry and upset too, and emotions can quickly spiral out of control. Okay, number two. If you answer B, you have a brute response. You hold your anger inside and brood over the incident for a long time. This can use headaches, back pain, depression, or other symptoms. If you answer C, you know how to express your angry feelings in a positive way. According to anger management specialists, keeping calm is the key to anger management. About 200 years ago, US President Thomas Jefferson said, when angry, count to 10. When very angry, count to 100. When very angry, sorry, count to 100. This is still good advice. Okay?
Okay.
Yes. Yes, maybe I should count to 200.
Well, the thing is, for example, but look at the answer B. You have a brute response. You hold your anger inside and brood over the incident for a long time. Now, this is something very interesting because people hold emotions inside them, and in the end, it has a bad effect on people. I'm not
Yes,
saying that the first one is a good option because it also creates all kinds of problems, but you need to be able, I mean, this is, we're human, okay? And we only learn. We only
yes,
learn from our mistakes. Now, if you, I guess we learn from for our family, from our families. If you have a brother or sister that they are explosive, come on. So you're
yes,
only
you're right.
going to learn probably to be explosive too, unless you are different from your brothers. You try to understand things differently. Okay.
Yes,
I don't
yes,
know.
you're right.
It varies, right? But you
Yes.
your mistakes. So I have learned, like anyone else, learn from my mistakes.
Yes, I think that the worst thing is to keep it to yourself. So I think that the B option is
Oh,
the
trust me.
last.
Yes, and trust me, there's no guarantee that the hairstylist is going to take the feedback good in a good
Yes,
manner also,
yes,
right?
yes, you're right. You're right.
But
Maybe
now,
she's a boom person.
yes. Now, what I've noticed after a long time, I don't know if this is something that has been changed in the way they train hairstylists, but they they have changed in the way they communicate with the client or the customer. What I'm trying to say is that whenever they get the initial instruction, they are keeping the customer in the loop. So if they're gonna do cut something, they say, okay, is this okay? Do I need to cut more here? So they give you options. Okay, let me show you. Okay, so
Yes,
that's something that I have noticed. It has changed a lot. Back in the
yes,
day, you just give one instruction and that's it.
you're right. Yes, here in Bolivia we have like I think that we have the first situation. At least, well, the barbers I went to, they always like said to me that that is all right the way they are doing it.
Well,
So
that's old
maybe it's
school.
a positive thing.
Yes, that's old
Yes,
school. Unless you go to a hairstylist that knows you very well.
yes, yes. And but well, we'll have to of two. You don't see very often here in Bolivia a military barber.
Okay,
It's it's like a really I don't know rare thing,
okay. Well,
uncommon.
what I do now is my wife is my hairstylist.
Oh my God, that's really good.
Well, she is learning,
Okay,
but I don't get upset, I don't get upset. I just
you can get upset with your wife
no, it's
for
free. Oh,
cutting your.
it's a free
You
haircut.
can't, right? For a haircut.
Well, the thing is, I know people that get upset for anything in very small details from the haircut.
Yes, marriage is really difficult. I think so.
But not my case. Actually, I encouraged people to train using my hair.
Oh, really? Oh, that sounds really interesting.
Yes, I have done it many times, except that time in Mexico City. But but
Okay.
uh, but yes, well, it also depends on who's gonna cut my hair. But
Yes,
people
yes.
with my family, I have gone a long way. It's been many years since. Yes, 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 and communication and stuff. And again, like for example, it depends on the kind of hair you have. You got curly hair or you have just wild straight hair. It depends, right?
Yes, yes, right. You're right. And also you have a very straight hair, right? It's
Oh yeah, I
I,
do. I
you
do. I
you
do have straight hair and long. I usually wear long. Um,
oh,
and well, it's different because the key part is to do a close cut.
yes.
That takes a little bit of time to master. But for example, how did it happen with my wife is because, like I said, I used to have long hair and she's good for cutting long hair. The only
Okay.
only difference is whenever she's asked to do a close cut with machine.
Okay.
That's the only difference. But whenever she has to cut hair, like with the scissors, she's actually pretty good. No question about that. So instead of paying someone, I just rather do it here at home.
Yes, that's a really good idea, actually.
Yeah, well, that's just us. Okay,
Works.
let's go into some of the questions here. Okay, enough about me. Okay.
Okay, okay.
So your friend shows up at the restaurant more than 30 minutes late. Okay, this is the third time he's kept you waiting this month. Okay, so let's see.
Okay, let's say it. Number one, you yell at him and then run out of the restaurant, leaving him alone. Okay, that's a boom person.
Okay, boom.
Yes, boom. You smile sweetly and tell him waiting was no problem. Then you get a headache and can't sleep. So you are a broad people, broad person. Okay, number three, you explain to him how angry you are. Then you ask him to try to be more considerate of your time and feelings. That's best.
B. Your neighbors complain to the landlord about how loud you play your stereo.
Okay. Number four. That actually happened to me a lot.
Okay.
That's my okay situation. Number four. You bang on their door and call them bad names. Okay, that's a boom person. Number five. You knock into their door and talk face to face about the problem. Okay, that's best. And number six, you go to your friend's house and complain about your neighbors. That is broad,
Okay, Brood.
brood.
Okay, are you ready?
Ready, positive.
Awesome.
Yes,
Okay, no problem. So anger management.
yes. Anger management.
Any questions about this article?
No, I don't think I have any questions.
Okay, so let's go over something really fast. I want to talk about the writing assignment.
Okay, okay, let's
Let,
do it.
let me show you my screen. Okay, so no one by that name. So read the instructions, type your answer into the box. So yes, this activity will be assigned. So the
Okay,
question is anger management advice. You are going to do research on dealing with anger to help you write a paragraph, okay? So use a search engine to find out about anger management. Visit 3 websites. What suggestions do they make for managing anger? List at least 3 different suggestions. What is your opinion about each suggestion? Take notes in the chart like the one below. So we have suggestions and then you have your opinion. Remember, the suggestions are what the articles are telling you to do.
okay.
The first
Yeah,
one, as an example, leave the situation, get some physical exercise, calm down, talk to the person about how you feel. In your opinion, that's a good idea. It gives you time to think and act positively. And express your anger. Not a good idea. You might get in trouble, of course. Write a letter about how you feel, then throw it away. I'm not sure. You might be more angry after you write the letter.
okay.
Maybe not writing, but recording. Just make sure you erase it and don't make it
Yes.
viral.
Okay. Yes. Yes. That's a very good
Okay.
advice.
Then review your notes. What are the best ways to manage anger? Why? Write a persuasive paragraph giving your opinion and reasons to support it. And with a concluding sentence telling why you think this approach is best. So you can start your paragraph, begin with a sentence like, I think the best way to handle anger is ... End with a sentence like this. I think this is the best response to anger because use the writer model, which is this one, to help you. Type your paragraph into the box, click on submit to save and submit when you are finished. So we have the model. Let's read the model.
Okay, let's do it. Right and Mall. I think the best way to handle anger is to leave the situation that made you angry. Take a walk or do some physical exercise. Give yourself plenty of time to calm down. When you
Okay.
feel better, go back to the person and tell him what you feel about the situation. You will be able to explain your point of view without upsetting the other person if you take a moment to relax first. I think this is the best response to anger because it gives you time to think and act positively.
Okay.
Okay.
So any questions?
No, I don't think I have any questions.
Okay. Just don't forget to write to make your chart like this. Okay.
Okay, okay, I'll do it.
All right. Look at some options online. It doesn't matter if it's a movie.
Okay,
because they give good advice, actually.
Yes, movies are. Yes, I love movies.
Awesome. Okay, so I guess that's it for my behalf for today. Before
Okay,
we,
Caesar.
can you
The
help me with
survey.
the survey, please?
Yes, of course. Okay, do it.
Okay, Gonzalo, have a great night. Don't forget to do your homework, okay?
Yes,
Oh,
don't worry about it.
let me change the what is it called? The the submission. Let me edit the deadlines because you need to be able to see them again.
Yes, please, 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 Caesar.
So
Don't
I'll
worry
do.
about it. I'll close it up tomorrow.
Thank you.
Everything.
Thank you. Yes.
Oh,
Please,
thank you for the patience.
please do because I need to submit grades this week.
Okay. Otherwise, I'll see you angry, and we don't want that.
Well, no. Well, I will. I'm not gonna be angry, man. I'm
I'm
gonna get punished. Yes, what's good.
okay, okay, fair enough, fair enough.
The coordinator is gonna be mad, upset at us.
Yes, yes, don't worry about it. I'll close it up tomorrow. Everything.
Okay, so remember, Unit 3 is open. It's still available until
Okay,
5th. Let me just go back to the first one so that you can have. No, they're actually available already, sir.
okay,
June 5th. Let me show you my screen.
okay. Let's do it.
Okay, so here, for example, this is B3, boom, and this is here, due date.
Okay,
B2, due date June 5th.
okay. I didn't saw the.
You didn't see it?
No, I didn't see it. But
Let,
I'll check it out. I'll check it out, and I'll tell you if something. Maybe I didn't go in the right way, getting in the right way. But I'll let you know tomorrow. Okay.
okay, Gonzalo. So yes, everything is available so you can have access to it, okay?
Okay. Thanks. Thanks, Caesar. Thanks for everything.
Okay, have a good night, sir. Talk to you tomorrow.
Talk to you. Have a good night, Caesar. Big hug.
Thank you. Bye-bye. You too.
Bye bye.